So, I have officially been monetized on YouTube for 6 months, and it has actually woefully exceeded my expectations. And so I'm going to talk to you about, number one, I know you want to know how much money I made. I'm going to tell you that. Number two, I want to talk about specifically which kinds of videos, for me it's art, which art videos paid the most, because I've experimented a little bit with a little bit of everything, you know, tutorials, art business videos, time lapses. We'll talk about which one of those are the most profitable. And then I'm just going to give you some YouTube advice that I feel like is a little bit non-traditional, because I remember when I would look up YouTubers' advice videos, I felt like they were all the same regurgitated information. Oh yes, I am an artist, so primarily this is a art channel, so don't subscribe to me unless you also like art. Okay. Timeline. I got monetized in December of last year, 2023. In December, my first month, I made $37.98. And in December, I gained a total of 250 subscribers from my videos. All right, in January, my second month of being monetized, I had 16,000 views, I gained 145 subscribers, and I made a total revenue of $27.57. So less than my first month. And at this point I remember thinking, well, maybe YouTube's just not gonna work out. All right, then we get to February, month 3 of being monetized. I had a total of 73,000 views. I gained 307 subscribers, and I made a total of $44.10. So a little bit higher than month 1, but still. Now, my second 3 months of being monetized were very different than the first 3. So then we get to March, and you guys, March is when everything changed for me. You know that saying that's like, don't give up because you never know how close you are to becoming successful. And I always think of that little picture of the guy with the pickaxe, and he's mining, and he turns around to give up, but he doesn't know that he's right next to the diamonds. Anyways, in March, I had a total of 12.2 million views. That includes shorts. And I gained a total of 37,000 subscribers, and I made a total revenue of $1,737 in March, just from ad revenue on YouTube. And also, I remember in Instagram in March, I made something like, I think $1,200 just from my reel bonus. And I had a very, very viral reel / YouTube short happen that month. And this is when the snowball started rolling. So I do want to point out here that from that 12.2 million views, 12.2 million of them came from shorts, and only 17,000 of those views came from my long format videos. So I had a huge influx in revenue from shorts, from that one viral short. So then we get into April, and things started to slow down in terms of that short that was going very viral. In April, I had a total of 5.3 million views, and 5.3 million of them came from shorts, and my long format views dropped to only 14,000 views. I gained 12,000 subscribers, and I had a total revenue of $676 in the month of April. Then we get into last month, the month of May. And leading up to this point, I thought I just got lucky with my really viral short, but I had a total of 4.3 million views in April, and 78,000 of those views came from my long format videos. So if you don't know, long format videos have a much higher RPM, and you get paid a lot more per 1,000 views on a long format video, which makes sense because your short format videos can go really, really viral really fast. So in May, I had a total revenue of $1,085. And even though I have this big spike in March and then it dropped down a little bit, I'm totally content with that, because I know that the income from my long format videos is actually growing. So that brings my total income in my first 6 months of being monetized on YouTube to $3,608, and 97% of that came in the most recent 3 months. So only 3% of that income came from the first 3 months of being monetized. Okay, so let's get into the RPM of the art videos that I post. I'm an artist, so I have experimented with posting videos of myself painting, videos of my art business tips, videos about starting art YouTube channels. I've gone on vlog adventures to do murals. Which videos made me the most money? Well, by far, I without even looking at my statistics, I can tell you the most popular and most revenue driving videos that I have all have to do either with making money or starting a YouTube channel. So anytime I have a title that has anything to do with making money or products to sell, that pays really well. It has a higher RPM. RPM is essentially how much YouTube is willing to pay you per 1,000 views that you get on your video. For some reason, these niches I think are just really profitable on YouTube because they're what advertisers want to put their ads on the most. Whereas in comparison, when I post a art tutorial or a video, an ASMR video of me painting, it does have a little bit of a lower RPM, usually in like the $2 to $3 range or $4 range, whereas my YouTube tutorial or what to sell at a Saturday market videos, those are upwards in the $7, $8 RPM range. But I would also like to share some other insight that I happen to have about RPM on YouTube. You know what matters more than niche or advertisability when it comes to how much YouTube's gonna pay you? This is something that people won't tell you, YouTubers won't tell you. The key to profitability on YouTube, watch time, average view duration. If you can keep their eyes on the screen for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, dare I say an hour, dare I say 6 hours, and before you're saying, who does that? I know a YouTuber. He's my brother. He posts like 6-hour videos. He has the highest RPM of any YouTuber I've ever heard of. And the only big difference I can see between his videos and other people, his videos are like 6 hours long. And if you think about it logically, the more time someone's on your video, the more ads they are sitting through. So, you know, a video where someone watches through one ad might have half the RPM as a video that has a duration where they sit through 2 ads. So I've been already trying to brainstorm in my artsy little mind what kind of videos I could make that are art videos that could exceed 30 minutes, that could exceed 60 minutes. That is the #1 ingredient of YouTube. What is YouTube's goal? Keep people's eyes on the screen as long as possible. How can you earn more money for YouTube? Keep people watching YouTube as long as possible. So naturally, how can YouTube pay you the most money? By producing the longest possible videos to keep viewers on their site for as long as possible. So keep that in mind. Next, my YouTube tips. Now, everybody that you look up YouTube tips on YouTube, they're going to tell you the same things. They're going to say be consistent. They're going to say have good thumbnails, have good lighting. They're going to say don't give up. They're going to say learn how to edit. They're going to say make sure that you shift the camera angle every 20 seconds because of this theory that says that people won't get bored if you shift the camera angle. Well, guess what? You're still here and I didn't shift the camera angle. The most important thing that I think can make you successful on YouTube, well, I watched a really good video by Nate Black, I believe is his name. I will link the video below. He talked a lot about how the landscape of YouTube has changed drastically in the last few years, and more so it is leaning towards overproduction, where every video that you see now on YouTube, it looks like it was professionally produced by Netflix. And every YouTuber you watch, they're sitting in this perfectly lit ambient room, and they have, wow, I'm a little guilty. They have this microphone in front of them, and they're reading off of a script. I'm not reading off of a script. I just jotted some things down. That's not a crime. That helps me stay on track. People are tired. People are tired of the overproduction. People crave authenticity. I think mostly people are just tired of YouTubers. They're tired of the YouTube voice. They're tired of the YouTube scripts and everyone sounding the same. People just want to follow realistic looking people who talk like normal people, who are relatable, who have personalities, who aren't cookie cutter, who don't all look the same. And I think it can be really refreshing when you find someone on the internet that embodies all the things that you wish you were brave enough to be. Like maybe they say all the things that you wish you had the courage to say. For me, Kelly Stamps. I really love Kelly Stamps. And the main reason is because she's the subject of her videos. It's not the editing or the lighting. It's not the script. It's not the fancy editing where they're cutting angles every 10 seconds. It's not the fact that she's in a luxury high-rise apartment in New York. Because that girl lives below her means. And sometimes it baffles me. My whole point here is to focus on your passion. Wait, that's not the same bullet point. The next thing is passion. Chase passion, not money. I think this was a famous quote by someone famous. I'll put it below if I find it. It said, if you chase passion, money will come. But if you chase money, you may never find your passion. Well, I think that's very similar to being successful on YouTube, because if you're making a YouTube channel to be a YouTuber, you aren't passionate about that and you're gonna burn out. And when it gets really, really hard, you're just gonna stop. Whereas if you're making videos about something you're really passionate about, like for me, it's art, I'm never gonna stop painting. So I might as well just film it, you know? And whether or not I became successful on YouTube or not, I was never gonna stop filming myself painting. So it was a win-win situation. And I think that's the only reason I succeeded, is because even when I burned out, I just could not stop. So just start. Yeah, and then I have a little analogy I like to use called the $10,000 painting. One day I was sitting in my room and I was thinking to myself, Kayla, when am I gonna wake up one day to the notification that I sold my first $10,000 painting? And then it dawned on me, never, because I don't have a single painting on my website for $10,000. That's when it kind of hit me. If I want to wake up to the universe giving me something, I have to meet the universe halfway. So I put up a painting on my website for $10,000 because now there's a chance. And if you never start posting YouTube videos, there's a 0% chance that you're gonna become a famous YouTuber. The whole point is, the hardest part is just starting. Hit record, upload the video. Those are the hardest parts. Everything in between is easy. You just have to stop caring what people think. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say is shorts do pay. I didn't know this when I started a channel. I was like, is it even worth posting YouTube shorts? Because I've heard that they don't pay very well and that it's pointless. In my experience, they do. I made $1,700 off of one short, pretty much. So to end this video, I'm gonna bring out the handy dandy vision board that I made 4 years ago. And I just wanna say that although I don't have the YouTube plaque yet, I didn't even have a channel back then, and it kind of symbolized monetization, and I've done that. And the only reason I did it is because I believed I could. So make a vision for it. Now, if you want to help me get everything else on this board, please like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. I hope this was helpful. If you want to be monetized but it just seems unattainable, or maybe you just got monetized and you're having those $30, $20 months like me, let me just be the one to tell you that you might be closer than you think. Also, if you are a creative of any kind, an artist, a singer, a writer, a dancer, a poet, I freaking love YouTube because it takes the power out of the spending of the average consumer, right? People had to buy your art to support you. They had to buy a ticket to your show. They had to put $1 in your guitar case. Not anymore. Now people can pay you with just their time. They can pay you by watching your videos, which means the power has been taken out of the hands of the people with the money and back into the pockets of us regular folks, because everyone has time. Anyways, I just love telling artists, you have to start a YouTube channel. You have to. You have to monetize the act of creating your art. So if you do like art, feel free to subscribe, and have a great day, guys, and go get creative. Go post a YouTube video.